Welcome back into Good Morning Arkansas. So glad to be joined by our friend Gary Green of the law offices of Gary Green today. And we've got a couple of different topics we're going to be covering. First, Gary, good morning to you, and thank you for joining us as always. Let's start with a deadline, an important deadline coming up. What can you tell us about the Boy Scout deadline, what it has to do with court, and what can you tell us about this?
Okay. The Boy Scout cases are about sexual abuse. And the deadline that you mentioned is November the 16th. We've got every case is unique, and the Boy Scout cases are certainly different from a lot. The Boy Scouts have filed for bankruptcy protection. They do have assets, and they do have insurance coverage that covers their errors and omissions and negligence. And the insurance company has made provisions and made monies available for claims. And what they are doing is, one, they're trying to compensate victims, but two, they're also trying to limit their liability and get this cleaned up going into the future. So November the 16th is a deadline for filing a claim for sexual abuse against the Boy Scouts. In order to do that, really all you have to do is get on the court's registry, and my law firm helps do that. And what we need is name, contact information, and extremely brief descriptions of what happened. What the court is looking for is a touching. They're looking for an unwanted touching or worse. And that's the definition of the abuse here, an unwanted touching or worse. The claims eventually will go away. This deadline is real. After these claims are resolved, there will be an order entered that says that future claims are not allowed for whatever reason, and a number of reasons. So this is an opportunity for someone who needs counseling, who needs help, who needs to talk about it, to get on the list. And this is the time of at the wedding when the preacher says, "Speak now or forever hold your peace." This is a speak now or forever hold your peace moment for those claims. Similar claims against the Catholic Church, exactly the same type of claims, but no deadline on those. But on the Boy Scouts, we've got sexual abuse claims and the hard deadline of November the 16th.
Hey, Gary, when it comes to situations like that, they're very delicate, and it can be very difficult for people to want to come forward with things like that. As someone who's talked with clients before about that, if anyone's watching right now, how would you encourage someone to come forward if they're comfortable and speaking with a representative like yourself and your legal team on a matter like this?
That's a great question. The reality is nobody likes to talk about it, especially the Boy Scouts. And as a lawyer, I can tell someone that anything that they tell me or people in my law firm is confidential. Can I tell you that you won't be on a master list at a court in Philadelphia? No, you would be on that list, but that would be the only place and the only time that it would become a public record for someone. It is difficult to talk about. We've got people here at the office who are taking the calls, and I can assure you, and I can assure anyone who calls, it will take about 2 to 3 minutes. Name, address, phone number, date of birth, social security number, and then as briefly as they want to describe the abuse.
Gary, got a couple minutes left here, and I know we have some recalls that you wanted to discuss. And out of these, what are out of the recalls that are going on? Because we know there are several. We've talked about them on the show before. Yes. What are some of the ones you're getting the most calls about here in Arkansas that are concerning for the community that you would like to share?
Okay, the ones that we're getting the most calls on are Roundup or glyphosate, Zantac, and then baby powder, talc powder. And if you ever look at Facebook you're being inundated right now with ads for those cases. And I took a look at some of the comments. These ads are going out nationwide, national law firms telling about these claims. And most of the comments are greedy trial lawyers. That's what people are thinking when they see this. But my only hope for you is that we've all got a cousin who lives in a cave, who doesn't watch television, who doesn't get on Facebook, who doesn't know about these deadlines. One, know that all of these cases have deadlines, and all of these cases, the companies are trying to settle these cases and make them go away because they want to market their products. Okay, but the next thing to glean, I hope, when somebody sees these ads, is to know that if they're trying to settle glyphosate cases, if they're trying to settle Roundup cases, this will be a hard sell to my farmer friends. But I got this in my pocket. If you're going to use the stuff, wear a mask. Zantac, it causes cancer from everything from the esophagus through the intestines, the lungs, the prostate. It's a horrible drug. It's been taken off of the market, but get it out of your medicine cabinet, get it out of your shade cabinet. And then on the talcum powder, I think that there are some people who don't know this, but it's been banned from North America. They're still selling it elsewhere where their legal systems aren't as well developed as ours. But if it's in your bathroom cabinet, throw it away and get rid of it. It has asbestos in it, and it causes ovarian cancer. So please be thinking about the effect and not about the trial lawyers as you're looking at these ads.
Gary, thank you again for joining us. The information for the law offices of Gary Green, if you'd like to contact them about these cases or any cases that you have questions about, you can do so with the information on your screen. Gary, we'll talk with you next time. Thank you again.
Thank you, Chris.
All right, we'll be back with more Good Morning Arkansas right after this break. Stay with us, everybody.